Wish you could type a quick prompt to create multi-scene cinematic videos with consistent characters in mere minutes? Well, you can do just that with Google Flow. Hey techies, I'm Tasia Custode, and this is how to use Google Flow to create videos from scratch. Google Flow is Google's incredible AI-powered filmmaking studio. It allows users to generate, edit, and compose cinematic video clips and consistent characters. You can even transform your existing videos in Google Flow. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through how to create videos from scratch, whether you want a single video clip or whether you're building out multiple complex scenes. Huge thanks to HubSpot for sponsoring this video. Now, to get started, head to flow.google and click Create with Google Flow. Now I've got this linked for you in the description below, but from here, you'll sign into your Google account. This here is your Google Flow dashboard. You'll be able to scroll through examples up at the top of things you can do. You'll access your created projects from here, and you can create a new project from here. Google Flow is free to use, and that free tier gives you 50 generation credits every day, and it usually takes 15 credits to generate a single clip. Unused credits expire at the end of each day, and they don't roll over. And at least for me, I've had to wait a full 24 hours in order to generate video clips again. So that's on the free account. Pro accounts get 1,000 credits per month and Ultra accounts get 10,000 a month. But it is important to note that you could still face daily credit caps. It just really depends on demand. So with that, let's create a project. Click on New Project. This opens up a new editing session workspace that we're going to use to storyboard our video idea. On the left is a helpful menu where you'll access your media, characters, scenes, and additional AI tools. And we're going to touch on some of these features in a little bit. Now to the right, you have a familiar looking side panel, much like you might be used to with the Gemini side panel in our workspace suite of apps. Here in the bottom right, this is our prompt bar where we can ask for what we want. We'll keep this example simple and using text only. Let's ask Google Flow for a cinematic close-up of a red sports car speeding down a Tucson, Arizona highway at twilight, anamorphic lens flare, photorealistic. I'm gonna hit enter and let Google Flow get to work. Now, you'll notice Flow has generated some images here as individual frames, but it's not generated video right away. This is actually great because it allows you to really dial in the extra look that we want without costing us any video creation credits. So you can click through each still to really get a feel of what the scene and the details will look like. So if I like this third image here, I can simply prompt Google Flow to turn this image into a video. I like image 3 of the red sports car. Use that as the first frame for a cinematic video. Now you'll notice here, it's letting us know that this is going to generate a video, and it even tells us how many credits it's going to use up. We can approve or reject this. I'm going to click on approve, and Google Flow gets to work generating a 10-second video for me. So up here in our storyboard, we've generated one clip. You can hover your mouse over the video to autoplay it, or you can click on it where it's going to open it up in an editor view. You're gonna hear the audio from this clip, and you're gonna be able to edit the video clip from here and download the scene as well. But before we learn how to edit a video clip or scene, ensuring that you have a prompt or a video script that actually sounds like you and not generic AI is crucial. And this free resource from HubSpot, Teach AI Your Brand Voice, does exactly that. It guides you through exactly how to build an AI project trained on your brand voice. Something I find most helpful about this guide is that it provides actionable templates and checklists so that you can efficiently hone your brand voice. As an example, the brand voice template is a ready-to-use project prompt you can customize with your company's name, product, and audience in minutes. There's a brand voice checklist, a step-by-step guide covering exactly what to upload, what to skip, and how to structure your project. And there's even 6 preset voice profiles so you can name the voice you want instead of trying to describe it from scratch. I also love that this guide provides 5 bonus tips that help you further build out your process. All the heavy lifting is done for you so you can get to your brand voice quicker. I really suggest you take a look at this free guide. I've linked it for you in the description below, and a huge thanks to HubSpot for sponsoring this video. Now, with your clip selected, you can simply drag your clip on the timeline to make it shorter if you like. or you can use the prompt bar to ask for any edits you'd like to see. Once you're happy with your clip, you can click the back arrow in the top left to go back to your storyboard. Now, this was just a simple example with generating one single video clip. But the real strength of Google Flow lies in the ability to generate a bunch of video clips and then edit and string them all together to create whatever it is that you want. There are a couple of options. You can click on New Project to create an entirely new project again, which I would recommend doing if you're going to create something completely new. But I'm actually going to go back into our first project here with the car. And in the right panel, you'll see it automatically renamed our session for us. I'm going to click the new session icon to the right of the name, and you'll see here our panel resets, but our media clips stay intact in our workspace. So now I'm going to ask Google Flow to create a commercial for this car. Now, here it's able to reference the car from this existing project, and it wants to know what tone we're going for, as well as some other details. So let's provide it with those details. We want sleek luxury tone, middle-aged female driver, start in Arizona, but it is a road trip across the West Coast with beautiful scenery. It's invoking feelings of wanderlust and exploration. Now, what's neat here is that Google Flow generates an entire storyboard in this side panel. It's telling us the character elements, there's elements about the car, the settings, and then it breaks down the scene frames. So we can get an idea of what it's thinking frame by frame before anything is even created. We've got the camera movements, the narration, and other visual elements. If you want any changes, now is the time. You would simply ask for them via the prompt bar. So I think this looks pretty great to me. So I'm going to ask for the visual storyboard. So here I can see the storyboard, and again, we can ask for changes. So maybe this scene needs an adjustment before we generate the video, or maybe we want to cut or replace a scene. We can simply just ask. Think of this like your visual version of that written storyboard we just had in the right. Remember to ask for any and all changes that you need before you have Google Flow generate your video for you, because this is going to save you a ton of credits. So I'm happy with the changes I've asked for here. So let's tell Google Flow to go ahead and bring these scenes to life for us. And you can ask Flow to bring everything to life at once, or you can ask for just one scene brought to life at a time. I'm going to ask for each frame to be done at once. You are in control of what you generate here. You'll always approve before you use up any credits. Okay, and here Google Flow has indeed brought each frame to life. I can click here to see all in my side panel, or I can hover over these clips in our workspace here. Now, the car consistency is pretty good, but I did notice my character did change, and some of the clips here actually have a little bit of like a hiccup happening. I'm not too worried about it because remember, we can click into any clip and then ask for the edits we need for that specific scene. But once you've got all your clips individually dialed into your preference, this is the time to actually combine all of these individual clips and edit them together into a much longer sequence. So there are a couple of ways to do this. The most straightforward way is to click into scenes from the left-hand menu, and here in the middle, right-click to create a new scene. Here at the bottom on the timeline, click the plus symbol to add clips into our scene. So you should have all your AI generated clips here. I'm gonna select this clip to start, and here on the right, I can play the clip. I can trim this clip if I wanted to do that from here, and I can click to add it to the scene. So we can keep following this exact same flow of clicking that plus symbol, selecting a clip, and adding it to the timeline. And by the way, you can use the plus or minus options to the right to zoom in or out on your timeline if you need to. Now, once all of the clips are in place, we can still edit and play around on our timeline here. Remember, because you can drag to either rearrange these clips, you can drag to trim a clip to shorten it. And if you want to delete a clip altogether, you'll just select it and you can hit delete or backspace on your keyboard and it's going to delete that single clip for you. And even though we have multiple clips on our timeline here, we can select a clip and then use the prompt bar at the bottom to ask for changes to only that selected clip. You can play through your edited video here as well. Now, once you're ready to go, just like we saw with the individual clips we created, you can use the download button in the top right to download your final edited video. Now that we know how to create combined clips in Google Flow, it's time to learn how to create and save consistent characters. This is so much fun. So click on characters from the left menu, and here you can build and reuse characters throughout your videos. You simply use the prompt bar to describe the character you'd like. You can click the plus symbol to create an AI avatar of yourself, or you can choose to upload a reference image for the character you'd like. You can do any or all of these options. For this example, I'm going to prompt Google Flow to create someone named Penelope, and I'll describe what characteristics I would like Penelope to have. So, just like that, here is our lovely Penelope. We can rename our character here if you wanted to. Cooler yet, we can select a voice to our character as well. And yes, you can play to listen to the voice sample before you choose. You can also give any additional details if you'd like. Hover over the image to redo the generation if you don't like what it's given you, or you can use the prompt bar in the bottom to ask for any changes you would like. When you're happy with your character, select Done in the top right. Here under Characters, we can see Penelope. Now let's actually see our character in a video. In the prompt bar, I'll type the @ symbol to bring up the media selector. Here we can click on Characters and grab Penelope. I just clicked to do that. I'm going to ask for Penelope getting out of the sports car. And here's Penelope, who we created, actually getting out of that car. And it's done a pretty great job of keeping Penelope's character for us. And you can really get a feel here for how this character would remain consistent then throughout any and all videos we're creating. And as promised, Google Flow can also edit and transform any of your existing videos. I've opened up a new project for this example, and here I'm going to drop in a video of me spinning in front of the Google I/O sign. I'll click to acknowledge I have the rights to this video, and here's my video in Flow. So let's click to open the video in a timeline. From here, I'm going to ask it to make it look like it's raining colorful confetti. I can see this particular example, it's going to take 20 credits to transform the existing video, but here is the result. It's added colorful confetti, and it's kept everything else the exact same just as I wanted. Love. So that's how to use Google Flow to create videos from scratch. And now I want to hear from you. How will you be using Google Flow? And what type of videos will you create? Let everyone know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, well, I want to know. So give it a like, a share, or you can leave that comment below. You can click right about here to subscribe to my channel, and here for even more content just like this. Thanks for watching. See you next time.